morning when I stream really late.
Yeah.
I got my first Phantom badge. That was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah? Very
so,
cool. Still enjoying it, though?
Switching it over. Yeah, I'm switching it. It's awesome.
Nice. I like that. I at least like that you're enjoying it because I'm kind of in this, like... Obviously, okay, we're about to roll into, like, the biggest, like, launch of games this year, obviously. You know, we're going to hit a lot of really big stuff that's coming out in stride, like, really quick. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Battlefield, Pokemon,
like
so much. Just boom, 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 boom. You know, so much really quick. So, it's, I'm in this place where, actually, I really enjoy it because what it's allowing me to do is sit down and jump into a lot of indie games and play a lot of indie games because they're a little bit smaller, they're a little bit cheaper. So I can buy 3 of them for $60, and then with that $60, I have weeks and weeks of gameplay instead of just picking up one game for $60, playing through it, and then or getting really hooked on it and not being able to jump into what's going to be coming out soon with all the AAA titles that are going to be hitting the floor. So obviously still playing Banner Saga. I picked it up.
Saga 2.
Dose. Fantastic. Jump back into Enter the Gungeon a little bit as well. Really enjoying that. Although I'm not as good as I like feel like I should be. I'm normally like pretty good at those like top-down, really quick games, but man, I'm just not good at that game. It's fun. It's really great. It's done well. It works. It's smooth. The controls are great. I don't know what it is. I'm just not good at it. I keep playing through. I keep powering through because it really is enjoyable, and I'm really liking it. So I'm going to keep playing. I'll get better at it. And then I still need to go back. And Peter, I'm glad he doesn't have a mic because if he does, he would, like, crucify me right now. But I need to go back and beat Severed. I still haven't beat it. I'm like...
I thought you did beat that.
No, I beat Axiom Verge. I beat a bunch of... I haven't beat Severed yet. I'm, like, right on the cusp.
What's the last game besides Hyperlight Drifter from now until then that you've actually beat front and back?
Since Hyperlight Drifter?
Moving forward from that game?
Nothing. That was only like a month ago. No, a little bit longer than that. Like four, maybe 6 episodes.
And then even
of
Banner Saga 2, you didn't have your carryover.
Correct.
You have to start a new one and just continue the story from there.
Yep. So,
oh, Brandon.
It's great, though. I'm enjoying it, so it's whatever. Banner Saga 2 is really good, really fun. So that's probably the next one that I'm going to beat is Banner Saga. Well, I take that back.
You're going to be Banner Saga.
Beat Banner Saga.
I heard B. You're going to be Banner Saga.
I'm going to be.
So you have to choose to either live, die, or become a strategist and make sure nobody in your ploy dies.
Well, that's not a thing. If anyone's played Banner Saga, I don't think it's possible to, like, not in your caravan, in your whole caravan.
Yep.
Banner Saga, I don't believe that. That game is ruthless. People are dying I'm like walking across a cliff and they're like, oh, the cliff's about to fall. And I'm like, somebody in the back, pick those dudes up. He's like, no, fuck you, and runs past them and they fall and die. I was like, what other option would have saved them? I'm sure there was one, but that game is ruthless.
It's a lot of work up.
Yeah.
To something.
Game is brutal. But either way, I am thoroughly enjoying it. So there was some news though this week. Indie news.
Tell me what I need to pull up.
Tell you what you need to pull up.
Because you sent me like a slew of lists.
I did. I had just unloaded a ton of content on you. This is gonna be Wasteland 3.
On me?
On you.
Content
all over
on
you.
Me.
Content
We gotta work on your word choice and your sentence
No,
structure.
it is
easy to poke holes in. Like, you know when you catch a bug?
Yep.
And you have it in a bucket and you got saran wrap over it, and you want to like just poke little holes in it to make sure it breathes, but you know it's probably gonna die anyways.
Yeah, of course.
It's like your jokes. I just poke holes in them and then I just let them die.
They're so good.
Mm-mm.
They're terrific.
Mm-mm.
You know what's even worse though on that? My sentence structure.
I was waiting for you to tell me like a family member passed, and I was gonna like throw my mic and like walk out and be like,
that
"This
would
is
have
too
been
much."
That'd have been too much. But okay, although my sentence structure can be a little crazy, especially when I'm excited
and stuttering,
my text messages are the worst because I'm one of those assholes who doesn't use punctuation or caps. So they just kind of run and you're like, you read like one sentence where in my brain it like ends and then starts a new one, and you read it as a whole sentence and you're like, did you just say that to me? And I'm like, okay, 5th word in, put a period. People are like, oh yeah, I would love to do that. I'm like, oh man, that punctuation is really important.
I don't know if anybody that can actually, and that's probably your sentence structure to blame too, because like even with no punctuation or capitalization or it like ability to tell that a new sentence starts, your sentences are the only ones I've ever seen where they can be taken 2 different ways.
Yeah, 100%.
Always with every sentence.
Yep.
It doesn't.
I keep you guessing. Okay, it's got to be a
every
little
time.
ambiguous.
I never know if Brandon's in a bad mood or a good mood. Like
especially when we're texting.
I have no fucking idea.
Especially when we're texting.
All right, first piece of news. Give it to me because we're already 10 minutes in.
Oh, Wasteland 3 has started its crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah, I started watching this. I was already fucking drooling.
Yeah. Okay. So, Wasteland 3, you guys, is being made by In Exile Entertainment, and it is actually released. Not only is it the crowdfunding campaign started, but it also released the first gameplay video you are watching here. The trailer's not too long. I guess not trailer. The gameplay trailer isn't too long. It's 2 minutes. But obviously it shows a lot of vehicle combat, which is really cool.
That guy's fucking axe.
Yeah.
I want it.
Just like a railroad
crossing sign. Yeah. He just cuts it up.
I think this is really cool. They added a ton of vehicles to it, so you're going to see the vehicles you can transport, obviously use them to travel, but you can now use them for combat. So you can take them into combat, use them as cover, and then you can also attach weapons to the vehicles and use the vehicles straight in combat. Yeah.
I never played Wasteland 2 or 1, so I'm not sure about most of this. But it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
Crazy thing about this crowdfunding campaign is they are seeking $2.75 million.
Shit, I was really hoping you weren't going to say millions. I was hoping for thousands.
Million.
Oh, my God.
$2.75 million, which is almost $2 million higher than their crowdfunding goal for Wasteland 2.
Oh, my God. That guy just cut that dude up with that axe.
So they obviously had really high expectations for 3. Because 2, they took what they did. They were like, hey, this worked really well. It got funded. People loved it. 3, we're going to go bigger. We're going to go better. But we're going to need a lot more money from you guys. So
just straight up jack that guy up with the turret.
They did do some cool stuff, though, which is pretty sweet. First off, if you go and fund it within the first... Well, sadly, this is over. So if you haven't funded it yet, you can still go fund it, but you missed these. So within the first 48 hours, if you funded it, you got one of 2 games. You either got Stasis or Under Rail. So Stasis is a horror game. Under Rail is a RPG. So you got one of those games. And if you've ever previously backed an In Exile project, you got a $5 discount on the pledges. So if the pledge was $10 and you had backed their games previously, it would only cost you $5, which was pretty cool as well. So obviously they were shooting to get that higher goal, but there was ways to kind of like discount it and get other free goodies and stuff with it. So they were definitely adding to it. In addition, this one is being crowdfunded, but it's not on Kickstarter. It's also not on Indiegogo. It's on Fig. So Fig Games, they are a video game crowdfunding thing, but they do it a little bit different. Instead of just offering pledges, there's also a way where you can invest into the game. So you put money into it and you actually become an investor. So you own a small share of the company. So based off of the company's success, the game's success, you actually draw money back from it.
So you get stock. You own a percentage.
Exactly.
You might not actually own a percentage. This sounds more like gambling without getting a return on the company, other than this one-time investment from the profit of it.
Exactly. So you're a silent investor into the game, not into the company. So it definitely is a gamble there, because obviously if you put in $10, the amount of money you're going to get back from it is super small. So don't expect to like put in $10 and get rich off of it. Even if the game makes millions of dollars, the shares you own are so teeny tiny that you're going to see pennies back.
Maybe you make your money back.
Maybe. If you're lucky.
Maybe it saves you $5.
Really, this is great though for people who maybe have a little bit more money. Smaller companies, even like ours, who maybe want to invest in a video game, and they can maybe fork over a real amount of money. Not $10, not $20, but they can actually fork up. I'm not saying like we have a ton of money to just throw around, because we don't.
No.
We really don't.
We don't.
We're just keeping the lights on and the mics running and the computer's going. But you know what I'm saying? Like these smaller companies, people who are up and rising, they can actually buy a large chunk of this and maybe see some return down the road.
Yeah.
Plus get, probably in pretty well with a company. Something like that. You fork over like $10,000 or something like that. I'm sure that company's
but somebody with real money, like if you have that kind of capital, like just go to them in a different perspective. I probably wouldn't play the board game with them on the investment, whatever website they use or whatever direct thing they want to.
No, that's
Hey, what's
fair.
going on, Firefight? What up?
Boom, 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 boom. Firefight. Sorry, that was my firefight with you. I don't know if you got it. Those are my finger guns.
At least you weren't using a mouse to control your aim. You probably missed.
Dude, I am so bad with my mouse. Oh
Dude,
my,
you have no idea.
God damn.
No idea.
People who are good with the mice on shooting games are like
Fucking scary.
click, dead. And I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm
Fuck.
overshooting it. Oh shit, I shot your knee. Why
Yeah.
didn't that guy die? Fucking hag.
so
That's pretty much
terrible.
what I do. What's
New
next?
bit is Bloodstained gets a publisher.
God
That's right, you guys heard me.
damn it.
So Castlevania Deg, Igarashi, in announcing the new publisher, decides he's going to come on screen and crack a whip. That's not what this is. This is just going to show you some gameplay. So if you guys don't know, the developer behind the Castlevania series, a while ago, he came to he wanted to make a new Castlevania, and he was basically told he was irrelevant and his games were irrelevant in the gaming.
But Konami kept
Community.
him around for some reason.
They kept him around. They
I
hung
don't
on
know
to him. So what he decided to do, he was like, well, forget you guys. Like, I'm going to go make my own game. Obviously, he cannot call it Castlevania, obviously, because, well.
Right. So he's making another Metroidvania type style. His name's Koji Igarashi. And he's been working on this game for a while. I remember the trailers and everything that he came out. He partnered with some of the bigger YouTubers out there, like Mega64, to do a commercial advertisement, and a few others on the internet, nothing on TV. And it was really good. This game, early Steam keys went out this year or late last year.
This year.
Was it this year?
Yeah.
And already the gameplay I'm looking at looks a lot more polished than what I saw on those. But it's cool because you get a female protagonist this time.
Yep.
The goals that this thing reached on Kickstarter were stupendous. They were
I think it was like $3 million or something. It was like
it was
absurd
crazy.
amount of money.
Koji can go ahead and demand a lot of capital and
here we
receive
go.
it with everything that he wants.
He raised over $5.5 million from over 65 or from almost 65,000 backers. So holy shit, he pulled in a whole lot of money. People, this shows you, Konami, this is to you. This shows you that this is still relevant. People still like these kinds of games. This is what people want to play. This is like, people love going back to doing this. And a bigger company like you can put out your big, well, not anymore, but you can put out your big blockbuster games that are going to blow people away, that are going to like just amaze people. But putting out these smaller things like that are somebody's like passion that people love, they're still relevant. Gamers still like them, and we feel the passion that's behind them, and we are going to play them. So any big company, if for any reason, like some developer from some big company is watching me, get your shit together. Don't start telling people they're fucking irrelevant if they're not, and people still want to goddamn play their games. I'm glad he left. I really am.
Yeah, I'm glad. I think everybody that left from Konami's left so far.
Yep.
Except for whatever studio they still have working on that
That's,
Metal Gear Zombie Island bullshit.
Yeah.
So whatever. We won't even get into that. Konami doesn't even deserve any airtime from us. So,
like I said, though, they did get a publisher. That's what the bit of news was.
Who's
it's
the publisher?
505 Games. So they just recently published, I guess not recently, but Sniper Elite and Sniper Elite 3.
Okay.
And Payday 2. So those are the last two like big.
So they might be
big games.
To
they
actually make a bigger stake in the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I just think it's cool that once again, a company is out there is saying you are relevant, and this game looks great. Honestly, anything that's backed freaking $5 million, like, holy crap, that's amazing. Very excited for that.
Me too.
Very, very, very happy. Stealth game launches on the iPad. The actual game is Invisible Ink. If anybody does not know Invisible Ink, it is made by, God, I can never fucking say their name. Klei, Klei, whatever the fuck. The dudes who made Don't Starve. Klei, I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? Dudes who made Don't Starve. It's like Klei.
Nope.
Okay. Either way, they put out a game, Invisible Ink. It's a little bit of an older game now. Actually, it's been out for, I want to say a little bit over a year, maybe even 2 years now. But it just came over to iPad. It's a turn-based stealth game. So that concept alone is kind of crazy. Turn-based stealth. Obviously makes sense for turn-based games to be able to come to iPads. I think currently it's like $5 to pick up on your phone. So that's another great way, you guys, to go support an indie developer is go spend $5 on your phone. Have a real game that originally came out on PC. So it's not just a game built for phones. It's not going to have any like tiny microtransactions that's trying to like, you can't play for the next 8 hours unless you pay us $5, because then you can pay and get some more moolahs. Are you still watching Bloodstained?
I am, because it's very entertaining.
You are. Go to Invisible Ink. That's what we're talking about. He's like, nah, man, this Bloodstained. I'm sucked.
Sorry.
That's our whole podcast is just gonna be Bloodstained.
I didn't even notice you switched games.
No.
I had no fucking idea.
Yeah, you were sucked in. I felt it, dude.
I was like, the stuff
it.
stopped working. The computer went and did its thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm over it.
You're
We're stuck on this screen till the end of our thing.
Doing a million, just to the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
we talk about a million
We're
other
gonna be watching
things.
videos the whole time.
Yeah, that's cool. We have lots of good videos to show. So, like I said, PC release, turn-based stealth game by the guys who made Don't Starve. Also, if you haven't played Don't Starve is fantastic. You can also play Don't Starve together, which is
on the updated one.
On the update, yeah. So you
it's
actually
like Don't Starve something.
Don't Starve Together.
Okay, there you
That's
go.
literally what it's called. Yeah, they didn't get super creative with their name. Don't Starve Together, but really cool game. I know some people have had mixed reviews about Invisible Ink. Some people I've talked to have had really low reviews about it. But as far as the community as a whole, it actually got really high ratings. I'm pretty sure like the Steam rating is like an 8 or 9. I'm gonna pull it up.
Usually the better rating system.
I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, Steam's got it. Steam give it a 9 out of 10. So honestly, I support that. I think that game looks great. Jump ahead a little bit so that they can actually see some gameplay.
Okay, cool. Because I was like, man, this trailer, I'm fucking hooked. If
Yeah.
it's a Pixar movie.
Yeah, here we go. So once again, turn-based stealth game. So killing people, running around, sneaking up on dudes, taking them down. I like the idea of a turn-based stealth game. Like, so much can go wrong.
These are fairly common. I mean, not now because nobody puts the money into these, because I think the last few didn't sell that well. There was like Spy vs. Spy or something like that, and it was titled better than that, but that was one of them. It was played the same way, top down. You would have like hacking abilities. Guns were only on certain characters. Not everybody could attack. Maybe you'd be like an intelligence scientist that's like good at like cracking codes or like behind a benchmark to do something, or I don't know. It was really cool and elaborate. I actually like those kind of games that make you think a little bit more than just like the normal run and gun strategy, like XCOM, for example, where it's just take out shit in the same area and then go ahead and exit and then get to the next mission. This one gives you a little bit more deeper things.
Or even like, Invisible Ink actually has the levels are randomly generated every time you jump into them. So that's another cool thing, is it's not like a game even like Assassin's Creed where, okay, if you fail a couple of times.
That's not even turn-based. So it's like with this, though, there's not like a walkthrough or something that tells you like the best way of doing it.
Correct.
So you're really going to have to get a feel for what are your characters doing, who's where, what are you looking for, what are you infiltrating.
And it's not just like, oh, I failed, let me restart and like learn the pattern that somebody has.
It's a little bit different.
It takes a lot more thought. It's a little bit slower pace. So once again, for a $5 phone game, like I think this is a game that would be great for killing time.
$5 on a phone?
$5 for the phone.
That's not bad.
And it's only like 500 megabytes. It's super teeny tiny.
That's weird.
Yeah, not big at all. So. And then there's also a DLC pack on the PC that has not been released on the phones yet, but they said that it will probably be available down the road.
That's cool.
So definitely check it out, you guys. I think this is definitely one. That's pretty much all the news. I guess I said I had a lot of news. I had news. It wasn't a ton, but it was enough. It was good news. We have indie game getting a publisher.
Which didn't need it.
It didn't.
They didn't need it. I think the Kickstarter alone was like 3-point-something mil last time.
Like I said, 5.5.
But that's other sources too. I know Kickstarter alone, I'm pretty sure was in the 3 mil category. Like that is fucking crazy when people found out he was making another game.
Yeah. So to me though, the bigger implementation, I don't know if that works there. What it means is that people are looking at these indie games still. People are looking at these indie developers and stuff like that, and they see that they're worth money. You know, they see that what they're doing is profitable, and it should be getting to a larger audience, and more people should be talking about it and seeing it, and it should be accessible to more people. So I really enjoy that, because without without funding, like, or not, I don't even say without funding, because without funding, indie games are still going to thrive, because obviously it is a labor of love. It is a passion. It is something that these people want to do. It's their art form. But with some backing from some bigger publishers, as long as these publishers don't come in and take control, you know, if they just back them with currency, say you could get a bigger team, you can upgrade your equipment, you know, you can do what you need to, and maybe not stress yourself out as much about money or having to work, you know, 16 hours a day because you don't have other people just to do basic coding, art, stuff like that for you. You can really focus on your dream. As long as they let them have that freedom and they just support them with the money, like, indie games are going to take over. Like, they're going to be, I don't know if we could call them indie games anymore, you know, because then they would have publishers. It would be its own thing. But they're going to just take over. And you're right. Like, indie game, Steam helps a huge amount of that, especially with, like, the Steam Greenlight has helped a lot. Just having a place you can go onto Steam and just scroll through thousands and thousands of indie games is another big one. And then since Steam has started doing it, now everybody else is also jumping into it. So you got Steam, who kind of started the big trend. PlayStation now supports indie games. Microsoft just started their indie game thing. Freaking EA has an indie, like, support line, basically, you know? That's crazy. So some of these biggest names in gaming are now, like, looking at indie as a genuine marketplace that's going to be growing. Obviously, they see it as an emerging market. They're not just going to invest in it to keep it right where it's at. It wouldn't be worth investing in. They're investing in it because they see the potential of it growing and becoming bigger.
It's not even the growing part when you look at something like that, because, like, if I can have somebody come to me with a great idea and all they need is capital and I get a return on it, if it seems plausible and I've seen something like this be successful in the thing, sure, my $50,000 plus my ability to help you publish and cut out that capital of what you would have expended just by going through the resources I have available, I'm turning out revenue when my other AAA game's 2 years off point. So it's like, it's a good way of earning the extra money. And then if the AAA title does fall flat, go into projections of stockholders, whatever, you have some kind of a pot that you've kind of built up and that you can kind of pull from to help secure that blow. So I think that's why EA is getting into it now. That's why I also think, like, the system that PlayStation has is really smart, the way they do it. You know, Xbox ID. I fucking remember the name.
Xbox ID.
Oh, sorry, not all of it,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know how they do their stuff, but I know those two are, that's kind of how they view it and how it helps out. But also the big part is like, you get promoted a little bit, whatever the case is, on the front page when your game comes out, if it's something that even they've been looking into.
But you're right, though. They don't have to use a lot of their own resources, just some capital.
Because it's not even, so it's capital to get it off the ground floor, and then it's like just to use resources they already have built up. It's not like they have to go back and build PSN. You know what I mean? To put it up on a website that's on the PlayStation. It's already there. You just get the images from them. You give it to your guy and you say, hey, put this up Wednesday to Thursday from 12 to 9.
Firefight, I think that's really cool, too, that your daughter is going to college for development and stuff like that. I think Zach might have something to say, because I know you're going for...
I'm going to school for the same thing, but
exactly.
I'm a little off track. So
yeah, but no, you're right, though. This is really the time to do it. It's still small enough where jumping into it's not going to be crazy expensive or impossible because there's a million people jumping into it. Yet it is the time where we can see there will be a boom within the next few years. So getting into it now is really like jumping into the ground floor of a market that's going to blow up. There's actually something we were talking about. God, this had to be episode 4 of this. Was it the high school or the college that was supporting?
College. University of California, not Irvine, California. It was UCLA, I think, or UCA or something. University of California. One of them out there was doing some esports sponsorships and had like really good computers and good chairs, and it all matched. And they put a lot of money into having like an esports league inside the school.
Yep. So obviously that's a little bit different than like developing, but it's even schools are now getting behind like video games as a future endeavor into your life, rather than just like something you play just to kill some time, just to have some fun, just to... I wanted a third one.
Next piece, Brandon. Next piece.
I said that was it. That was all. That was my news, man.
So what's these other 4 things I got pulled up?
Oh, these other 4 things. This is Kickstarters. These are crowdfundmes. These are things.
Just start with a good one
to
from Kevin
check
Smith.
your face.
Give me the Kevin Smith.
No, we're
one.
gonna start with Butcher. Actually,
Really?
we're gonna start with Butcher. So Butcher, you guys, this was actually a game that Josh showed me. Josh recommended this. Well, almost requested this to be an independent. So Butcher is a 2D. Yeah. 2D shoot 'em up game.
That's nice.
With a very, very.
Oh, that's it. Holy shit, that was quick. Okay,
yeah,
one more time.
Yeah, super fucking.
Oh wait, what the fuck am I playing?
Super fucking. What are you playing?
Oh no, it's
Oh,
trying to
shit.
play something. It's trying to play the next
So,
video. There's no relevance.
Their description of it is Butcher is a fast-paced 2D shooter game and a blood-soaked love letter to the early 90s. If kicking corpses into a lava pit and doming walls with blood is your idea of a good time, Butcher is the game for you.
Because meeting people has never been so fun, and they use the actual meat version.
The word
of meeting.
meat.
Yes.
Terrific. It's a single-player game. Does support Steam achievements. Does
Nice.
have controller support as well. So if you are a fan of controllers, even though it is a PC game, you will be able to play it.
This looks really good.
It just released on the 5th. So this game is only
This month.
as of today. Yeah, as of today the game is 4 days old. You can currently get it on Steam for $8.99. They released it at a discount, which is weird. Obviously they're just trying to get it off. That offer only ends till the 12th, or it ends at the 12th, not only ends on the 12th. 10%, even then it only jumps up to $10. So it's not like you're going to be spending a ton of money on it at all. You can also get The Butcher and the soundtrack if you want to, currently discounted to $10.78. Totally worth the price considering it would be $15. So you basically get a $5 soundtrack for free, which is pretty cool. It's like
That's
a
cool.
28% savings, they say. Or you can buy it later, game for $10, and the CD for $5. Game looks super sweet, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Over the top. Josh, if you're watching, this game is exactly for you. Exactly
looks
for
like
you.
a 2D Doom.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks pretty lengthy. Usually games like this can go a while, especially if they have that weird randomly generated continuous platforming. I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Oh, got,
it
like,
has
cross
super
or shit.
positive reviews. It has 93 reviews considering it's been out for 4 days. It's pretty solid. Very positive. So 92% of the 93 people have ranked it positive.
This thing's just fucking letting blood everywhere. And then it drips on the map, too. That's cool.
Yeah, I wonder if there is anything about the time frame on here. And I'm like curious. Now you got like me wondering. For $10 though, it's totally worth it.
That's really good.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see anything. Time.
Oh, shit. What the hell?
Time is irrelevant. Time is what you make it. Time is. I keep wanting a third one. I want to say a third.
I thought that was a segue into the next game, and I'm like trying to look for a tab that has time in it.
That has the word time
None
in
of them
it.
have time in it. So I
Well,
was like,
Here.
don't really know what you're hinting at or where you're going with this joke that's taken 4 hints, but I don't understand.
Okay, I did 2 because I wanted to do 3 and I just didn't have the third one.
What are you talking about? Just what's the next thing after Butcher? Shit.
The next one after Butcher is a game that should be in everybody's hands. Is Jay and Silent Bob
Thank God.
Chronic Blunt Punch. That's right, you guys. Chronic Blunt Punch. This is
I've
a
been waiting
throwback.
For Kevin Smith to come back with something for a while now.
Yeah, he's been I mean, obviously he does like his
Comic Book Men
Yep.
TV show. He
Yep.
makes sure that's going. He does a few indie films. I think the last one that I know of was Tusk. So he did that one.
He does another podcast that's like
Him and his family have been overseas doing a lot of stuff lately. They do a comic book podcast all the time.
Fat Man on Batman.
Yeah. And then he's got a whole bunch of other stuff going. And then,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious about this. I mean, obviously
So-
we don't play the audio, so we don't get flagged. But now I just
Sadly,
want to know.
this is in this trailer here they don't show a lot of gameplay, but the gameplay here you can
That's fine. Right there. I'm good.
Yeah,
That's perfect.
exactly. So it's basically a throwback to like classic like brawlers, we'll say, from the old days. Old games like God, even like God, I want to say Street Fighter, but that's not right. Golden Axe even. Just all kinds of crazy stuff like that where you're just running around, obviously multiplayer. Currently, it was set up with 2 characters. Obviously, you play as Jay and Silent Bob. Stretch goals have been met. So, they added additional characters in. They added different super attacks. Like, you actually can play as the cock. Well, you can't play. Streets of Rage. Boom. There we go. You knew it. You knew the game I was talking about. Streets of Rage. Perfect. The cock knocker is like a super that you can do where Mark Hamill's character from Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back shows up and just, boom, knocks some cock. He's called the cock knocker. Don't look at me like that. Tired of it.
I'm out of a drink.
I'm tired of it.
Oh, God.
You're just tired. Game looks absolutely fantastic. This was another game from Fig, you guys. Sadly, it has been closed out, so you can no longer go invest in it.
Oh, really? What was the end goal? Did it say?
Yeah, so they were shooting for 400,000. They made 445,000. That's only with 2,600 backers.
How many days was it open?
I think these ones run for a few months, these ones here. So they're a little bit longer. Some funny things to
He just gives him shit to sign. He's just having him sign.
Yes, he just
all
keeps
of his
bringing
shit.
more and more crap. Yes.
Oh, God,
It's
this
like,
is good.
sign all of this for me. Kevin Smith is terrific. Obviously, it's not him, but he's a terrific guy. Some fun things. So you can look at pictures of this game, you guys, and it's
This is really
absurd.
good.
First off, your health bar is a bong. So your picture is in the base of it, and your health bar is where it extends out because, you know, it's Jay and Silent Bob, and that makes sense to it. Some of the villains you are fighting. So, okay, I'm looking at the screen here. You have an old man in nothing but his underwear. He has gloves on and a cape. You've got a dude, I want to say he's just like a comic book nerd. He's just wearing a cape and he's got a stack full of comic books. And then there is also...
That's the guy from Comic Book Man.
Oh, it is. Holy shit, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a very, very hefty lady riding a rascal, but she is bigger than the rascal. Like it is.
So
She
you're
is.
at Walmart now.
She is She is enveloping the rascal into her, and this is who Jay and Silent Bob are fighting. Those who decry the sickening violence and mindless consumerism which plague our culture, please consider Jay and Silent Bob Comic Blunt Punch. That's not a quote from me. That is from David Hellman, because that is way too articulate to have come from my mouth, ever. But they have hit their goals. They've hit a couple of extras. Definitely something we should all look out for. I am really excited for this game. A little bit of multiplayer, running around with Jay and Silent Bob, kicking people. There we go.
Yeah.
Those are the pictures we
There
needed to
she
find.
is.
You see what I'm saying? Straight enveloping that.
Perfect.
Jump to the next picture. That kid in the hippo costume
What are you talking about?
is pretty fantastic. Oh, the picture after that. I lied. Picture following that one. Boom.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Homeboy in the hippo costume. Drinking, I want to say a beer. It's terrific. You've got two hipsters there, obviously, rocking their fedoras, smoking
And their babies on the front.
cigars, maybe. Also, obviously, Silent Bob's attack right there, genius. I don't know why he's not always headbutting people that way. We move on. You know,
Supers.
Jason, rocking some supers. You obviously have some choices. So if you go to the next tab here, it's not just going to be a straightforward one. So you will be able to actually choose what you say. Oh, you jumped like way past it. He's like, didn't even care about the dialogue. Like, forget the dialogue, sir. Game looks terrific. Probably not
I
a
can't wait
game.
for this to come out.
Probably not a game, you guys, you should ever play with children in the room.
It first reached its goal March 31st of this year, so it's been a bit.
So the nice thing about the Fig is that even when it reaches its goal, a lot of times it turns off the pledges, but it doesn't necessarily turn off investments. Investments don't get turned off until the game is in development.
That's weird.
So I don't know exactly. This doesn't have a ton of things on it. It's only actually got a small amount of games that are still on Fig. But it's definitely worth checking out, you guys. It does let you get a little bit deeper into some of these games, obviously. Jay and Silent Bob, Chronic Blunt Punch. Boom. This next game, Consortium. At first, I wasn't impressed by it. I was watching it. I was like, it feels kind of like a lot of things that I've seen before, and it didn't really blow me away. It's basically an RPG, but their goal here was to make a true RPG where you're not limited by... They basically wanted to put as little walls in front of you as they possibly could put. So you start the game off on...
acid, apparently, with what I'm looking at.
So, no, you start the game off on a ship called the Consortium Command Vessel C-3800D. It's a ship that you're on. It's actually an airplane. The entire game exists on this airplane, and every character... Somebody just chatted, but I can't see the screen. It went black. It went black! I can't see...
Oh, I'm sure they can hear that.
I couldn't see.
I
Okay.
love Consortium. Well, Josh, I'm glad you do.
I'm glad you do too, Josh, because this game actually looks really cool. So the more I learned about it, the more excited I became. Because like I said, they literally try and put as little roadblocks in front of you as possible. So every single character on the ship you can have conversations with. Every single character on the ship you can insult, you can befriend, you can chat with, you can kill every character you want on the ship. Further than that, combat has gone further as well. So it's never just like you fight, everybody's ready for battle. It doesn't work like that. So
Whoa, he's trying to punch that beautiful broad. Don't do that.
some combatants will flee if they're afraid of you, if you're more powerful than them. If they start to overpower you,
Hold on. That's Samus Aran.
basically.
That's Samus. Keep going.
Watch, her name's like Sam. That'd be terrific.
Her name is Sam Anna
Riss.
Riss. I was like, can they? Yes.
Yep.
Rissaran.
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 Nice. So once again, combatants could flee you. If they start to overpower you, they'll become bold. They'll become, ready to fight.
What?
They can fall unconscious in the middle of a fight. Like if you're just whooping them and you hit them in the head a few times, they'll just fall unconscious. You can mortally wound them. If they fall on the ground, they're like unconscious. They can bleed out. They might just surrender at any point. If they surrender, you can just choose to kill them. Like you don't hit walls. There's never characters that just won't die. Every character is killable because the idea is, once again, they didn't want to put a wall in front of you. So there's no character who's like, well, this character drives you through the story. So without this character, you can't. No.
Drive,
You kill that character. The whole point is it's a true RPG. So
it's Alana Boyle. Josh corrected me.
Sumas is what they should have called her, which is just Samus backwards. But of course, you can play this game different ways as well. So, of course, Consortium, you live here. Basically, you have a job, and your job is to keep this plane flying, operational, and everybody happy. So, if you want to play this RPG...
Oh, all I've seen are women so far. That can't be too hard.
If you want to play this game correct way, or I don't want to say correct, but if you want to, you can abide by the rules here. So you can jump in, you can make sure that the plane keeps flying, that everything's working really well, that everything you do, exactly, every action you take has a consequence that will carry over. It actually matters. It's not like you're going to do this, you're going to go to the next scene, and it's not going to matter anymore. Like whatever you did doesn't matter. Everything holds true. Everything. And there's a weird kind of fourth wall behind it. So it's weird. So
Oh my god.
you're not playing as a character that you are. You're playing as a character that you're controlling.
Yeah.
In the game. That's how the game is built, if that makes sense. So in every other game, like in Skyrim, you build a character and you're playing as that character,
Okay.
In Hyper Light Drifter, same thing. You are a character. You're playing as that character. In this game, you're playing as a character which you have possessed, essentially. And that's how the game is created. So it's a weird, fourth wall
So
breaking.
they tell you some backstory on the back of the box, and that makes it different.
What's up?
You heard me.
I really didn't.
So they gave you a backstory that you're a ghost possessing things, and that makes the start of this game different because of that.
No, it has it actually incorporates into the game. So like
so I can possess other things.
I don't know if you can actually. But either way, like so your character
I don't get
has his own he has his own feelings towards the decisions you make. He might even talk to you.
But you possessed him, so how does he have feelings?
Because he still has he doesn't have free will, but he still has his mind.
But you're controlling him.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
you're not
so
gonna control
if
his
I do
mind.
this, how do you feel about it? Like do you feel like
You're controlling me. How do you want me
Yeah.
to feel?
over here?
I mean,
Your
that's
arm's not long
that's
enough.
moving. That's not an emotion. Over here, do you feel over here in the morning?
Yeah,
That's horrible.
I do.
That's a deep and dark emotion.
It's dark. It is a bit more complicated than that. Like it's not like
I see this guy sucking stuff into his hand like he's Mega Man, and I get that kind of stuff, but like, I don't know. Like, is there just like script? Like when you're like doing stuff, does he like audibly talk to you? And
he
just
does
like,
at some points.
He's
Yes,
like, hey, like maybe I shouldn't punch Alana Boyle in the face. Maybe I
mean,
should knock that off.
he does have dialogue where he will talk to not necessarily the screen, but he will break the fourth wall in a different way of just like the standard like looking at the screen
Just
and like
talking aloud to himself.
very so
Okay.
like he's aware that you're there.
Oh my god, it looks good. It's complicating as shit to me.
You don't understand it, do you?
All those robots. Robert. I'm gonna call them Roberts now.
Roberts
Look like they're having a hell of a
those
time.
darn
And this guy's
Roberts.
grinding up people. Was that a gravity gun? Ah, fuck. All right, moving on to the next thing. It's Half-Life.
you were like stressed out by this
Oh my
game, aren't
God.
you? You were like really, really hurt.
oh
this.
shit.
This
All right.
game is the next one I brought back.
Anthrax.
Anthrax. This game is going to put your code hardcore to shame. Yeah, that's right. I
The
said
more I
it.
hear you talk, the more I just get bigger headache over
I
something like that. It just doesn't
said
even
it.
make any sense. It looks like they're undersea scuba diving on bipedals. This actually looks like the Magitech from Final Fantasy VII. This looks like a fucking 2D version of StarCraft. What the fuck are you saying? This is gonna be hardcore parkour.
This game is fucking bad. Okay, so check this out. So it's a mech game. So when
Yo, really?
I wasn't done, sir. All right. So what happens is when you start the game, you build your mech.
Which is a mech game. It's
the
a mech. This is a mech game.
Is completely customizable.
There's got to be Zoids in here. It's a mech game.
Oh, dude, if only there were Zoids in here.
It's called Anthrax.
So you build your character.
Oh, that's a short thing.
Every single person, like I guess potentially you could, but the
it just
idea is that
launched.
no
It just
characters should look the same. So when you build it, you completely customize your character, your legs, your arms, your guns, your cockpit, everything like that.
By pixel? Like pixel
No,
by
not
pixel?
by pixel. You like just
So how do they not look the same? Isn't it pre-made format then?
I'm sure, but there's supposed to be like a ton of different like pre-made formats.
Your sentence structure. I'm gonna get you. It's gonna be a weird times, just like that. But I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna take you off.
Yeah, that's right. I did
Doesn't
that.
even work. Doesn't even work.
No, I flipped it and I flipped it back.
It doesn't even work.
I flipped it back because I'm nice, okay? And then this game is actually an MMO, so it's completely open world with a million other people running around. So each one of these people is a pilot that you're running around with.
Okay.
As you venture through the game, the idea is they want you to team up with other pilots. So when you team up with other pilots, you can actually claim land. When you claim land, you can like build territories and stuff. Other clans are going to try and come in and steal your territory. As you venture through as well, you can, if you kill people and they drop weapons, you can pick up their weapons and then alter your robot with their weapons. There could also just be rare weapons hidden around the world. So the game's going to be absurd. The game's going to be crazy. There's places where you can like dock your robot and turn them into like a turret so you can like fortify a base. I think that's kind of how it will work. Like maybe when you're not playing, since it is an MMO, like maybe if you have territory, you dock your robot. So when other people come to attack your territory, your robot's there to protect it, even without having to run around.
I guess that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
I'm digging it.
100% sense.
I'm digging it. It looks good.
Super customizable. It's going to have
Just started Kickstarter apparently.
just started.
Last week.
Yep. Still pretty new. So we haven't seen a ton about it. So there's obviously hopefully a lot more to come. Currently, the kickstarting are really cheap. The cheapest to get the game will be
$2.
I think it's $5.
$2.
No, $5 is actually not. $5 you get an email saying thanks. $15 currently will get you a digital copy of the game. It'll get you pixelated wallpapers for your computer, a digital art book, and get you early access as early as November of this year. Boom. When's your code hardcore coming out, sir?
It's almost done.
Yeah, when's its release date? When am I going to be able to play?
Q2 next year.
Yeah, when am I going to play beta for it, huh?
This year.
This year? When?
It's already out.
What day?
Now?
That's true. Yeah, see?
I was like, I think it's 2
Code
characters
Schmorcore. This game looks way cooler.
It's all good.
This game does.
You
I'm
done?
sorry. I'm done.
Okay.
I'm finished.
Welcome to Indie-pendent. I'm just kidding. This whole time, just like, God, Brandon sent me a lot of shit to go through. That was a lot of shit.
I did.
All right. Anyways,
Now we're gonna go on to Zach's news. So that was an hour of Brandon's.
really quick. I don't know if anybody keeps up with what gets released on the PS4, but you should, and you should check out the store a little bit more often if you haven't already. There's this game that came out called Origami. If people are saying that if you like Tenchu, if anybody remembers,
Nice,
right?
yeah.
Tenchu Z, and all that other stuff, that this would actually be a game that everybody might actually like. So it's kind of the same art style that I'm already thinking of as from Fury, but overall, it's like the run around, stay in the shadows, stealth action based kind of stuff with gadgets and different trinkets and whatnots.
You have no. I was looking at this game a while back, completely forgot what it's called, and I was trying to find it again, and I just couldn't find it.
Just came back. I think it's been on PC for a bit, but it just came to PS4 like last week. I think it was like last week's Tuesday release list or something.
Very cool.
So it does look. Oh my god, you make a dragon eat shit and put it in shadows. Yeah, I'm getting this shit. This is happening. I just want to bring it up because I think it looks really cool. A lot of people might look at the front cover, like usually when you see on the PlayStation Store. It will deter most people, in my opinion. I think it doesn't divert me to check it out. But this looks cool as shit once you actually look at gameplay. So I definitely think people should check it out if you like Tenchu series at all.
If you want to be a shadow.
Shadow. Or if you don't even want to be a shadow. Let's go to the other one, right? Guts and Glory.
Guts and Glory.
Because I'm pretty sure Josh would fucking adore this one, and that's what I thought about Josh when I saw this.
He thought about
if I could play the music, we'd all get a fucking laugh out of it. Actually, you know what? We're going to for this one. Now, whether it decides to play or not is beyond me.
All right, so what's going on? Guts and Glory. Oh, shit.
Oh,
fuck. Okay, biker, go. 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 I believe in this person. It was playing the thing, and then you took the sound. He turned it so we can hear the sound now because he was interested in us here. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh.
I didn't think that would happen this whole time.
Man, rough. So it's like...
It literally looks like a goat simulator for humans.
It's just like a
Honest to
physics.
God.
It's just like a physics engine
The
with
whole
absurdity.
point of this is it's normal day people that go through crazy hardships to try and win a death contest.
Oh, a death
Like
contest.
you're trying not to die. Like if you notice there's a flag on the other side, it's a race.
You're trying to make it to the end without dying.
It's like Rat Race, except people die.
If you lose, you die.
You die.
So it's at first I was gonna say it looks like Trials because
You would think,
yeah,
but you just die. You try not to die. You try to get through all that shit without dying.
man.
Needless to say, it's almost made its goal. It's at 22,000 versus the 30,000 it's saying it needs. I mean, I could go down the list here and look at all this fucked up shit. Even the menu.
God,
Somebody's dying. I just like the fact there's a kid on the back. I know my battery's low. Everything.
Yeah, mine just crapped out too.
Yeah, it's all
it
good.
just hit. It was like you're done.
I wasn't fully charged today.
No, mine
in a lot of
either.
ways, it's all good. But the other thing I want to talk about, because obviously most of us here, except for Peter, poor Peter, does not have a beard. So I decided to pick this one today, Beard Blade. It's actually fundable on Kickstarter. They're asking for a little bit more than what I think they're probably looking at. I think they're overshooting, but that's regardless. They have about 9,000 right now. They need 95,000. They got 20 days left to go. Let me show everybody here. Beard Blade.
You were talking about this, but I didn't get to see it. Okay, I first off love the animation. This is fantastic. Looks just like a...
You're going to love that.
Oh, shit. Oh, that dude looked incredibly like Mario, though.
It reminds me of fucking Astro Boy.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Holy I'm already...
Do you remember that episode of Dexter where he met up with that guy that was like Mr. T in Dexter's World and tied beards together?
Yep.
That reminds me if it became a video game.
Oh, dude, look at he's fucking flies with his beard by spinning it.
I'm sorry. This is everything I transpire to be.
It's the beard on the inside. Yes. What anybody doesn't know is when your beard reaches a certain level of awesomeness, this all becomes real. This isn't just a video game. This is based off of facts. I hit it one time, and I was punching people with my beard. I never got the flight
Do you
quite
notice
down.
how like his beard looks different, so it gives him different abilities?
Yep. It's instead of like Mario getting
That's
like different.
Sick.
Tell me though, that like just the movement in this game doesn't just like
He
look like
throws somebody at a drill
with his
because
beard.
he gives no shits,
Zero
probably drinks on the
shits
weekends, and has
ever.
a black beard.
No, it totally looks like a Game Boy game, like a Game Boy Advanced classic beard blade. Holy shit! I'm gonna go fund this game like
I don't know what the
like
things are,
yesterday.
but I can only fucking imagine
yesterday.
how nice this thing is. I like these kind of games. Side-scrolling, old school kind of look. I'm definitely
Yeah.
digging it.
Just old fashioned where the game maybe has a little bit of difficulty, but you never quite reach that frustration where you get like angry. Just like fun enough, like you die a few times jumping over shit, you relearn, you just have fun, you punch people with your
Retro
beard.
PDF manual.
Oh
Look
shit!
at that. It looks like an original Nintendo game.
Yes, it does.
Soundtrack, art style, T-shirts, art books.
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie. You took man's greatest gift, and you turned it into a fucking weapon. I'll fund you. I'll fund all of you. Your entire thing.
Would you fund me?
I'd fund you.
I'd
Why
fund me.
Kickstarter?
Why
Well,
Kickstarter?
You know, I don't know. They broke it down into their weird pie charts that they
Why
usually have
pie
to show on
charts?
Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think it's cool. Definitely check it out. Other than that, I think my laptop's probably going to shut off here in the next few seconds. Let's just watch it again because I can't really get over this.
Yeah. No, once again, art style. Saturday morning cartoon like this, I'd watch the shit out of this show.
You could put this on Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network. I'd watch
Yeah,
it too. But
I'd
the
watch
sheer
it.
fact I catch a fucking cannonball with my beard,
Boom. Just done.
I'm sold.
Yes. And then he not only
Sold.
catches it, throws it back at them. Like, what, fools? I don't need your negativity. Catches it in the air. Boom. Messes their boat.
I love everything about
Up.
this. Like, you cannot... The character's cool. He looks like a fucking adventurer. And he doesn't look like a hipster with a beard. He looks like just a fucking adventuring man.
Just a brawly... Oh, he climbs walls with his beard.
Literally opens boxes with his beard. So let's see if he uses his hands at all. I don't think he does.
Why would he need to? He's got
He
a
would-
sweet beard.
He would never have to touch anything. And just like that,
The
ladies and
computer's
gentlemen,
dead.
we are done.
We're out.
Peter, switch me back to the big screen. There we go.
So, you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to try and grow our beards out. I was going to say build our beards because that's what it takes. We did show Butcher, actually, Josh. I showed Butcher just for you. I was like, Josh wanted this. He requested this, and I love Josh. So we're going to show off the sweet
We did
game of this
show
Butcher.
the Butcher. We did show the Butcher.
But I'm sorry. It got overshadowed by Beard Blade.
Beard Blade is fucking awesome.
That's
a game I want on my Vita.
oh my God. That would be, I was just thinking, I was like, man, what handhelds? Because like Nintendo won't ever have that shit on there. The Vita.
You could. Now, I didn't see any Kickstarter pledges to get to Vita or to PlayStation, so I really don't know what their goal is.
Man.
But man,
Vita.
does that make my black beard fucking stand out? Let me tell you.
Dude, I am like, you have no idea, man. I am so like, I can't even talk. No words. Beard Blade. I just want to say that over and over.
It's like the idea's always been there, right? Just
Yeah.
doing everything with your beard.
Yeah.
Making sandwiches,
Yep.
typing on the computer,
Holding my drink,
holding your drink,
playing video games with my beard.
driving you to work.
Yeah.
Now there's just a game that fucking does it for you.
Doing my work. That's it. My beard.
My beard.
Oh, I need to climb a wall? It's cool I got a beard.
My boy, Blackbeard.
Oh, in case fools ever try and shoot cannonballs at me,
I'll just catch it.
I'm ready.
I don't even care.
And I'll throw it back at you.
I might even throw it back. I might
With
just
my
like
beard.
put it on the ground and like walk backwards on the cannonball to go forward. And then catch myself on a grappling hook, lose my arm, and then I have no reason for arms. I have my beard.
So excited.
I really hope that game comes out like on Vita, like a retro style something that I can actually play, like on my. Because I haven't played a good retro handheld game since, well, actually, Axiom Verge and Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
So other than that, like that's fucking perfect.
But and man, going back and playing those games, like I love when a game gives you the nostalgic feeling, but without just being old. You know, it's fresh, it's new, it's different. It's something you've never touched before, but it reminds you of playing a game as your childhood. It reminds you of the fun of staying up all night, playing your Game Boy in the car as the lights were driving past you, so you couldn't only make your jumps at like super, super specific times, but with a whole new fresh feel to it.
Did we have a short film for that once?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We did not.
So, anyways, that is Indie-pendent.
Dude, I'm...
Issue 9. I'm still thinking about it. I know. Like,
Beardblade.
I ended it on a good note. I'm just glad I found it.
Beardblade.
It was like third page down on show popular items on Kickstarter. Fucking heresy. That needs to be number 1. Period. Goddamn.
You guys.
That game almost looks done.
Thanks for hanging out with us. This was Podcast Beardblade. No, of course. This was Podcast Indie-pendent. Yeah, see this? We got something going, right? Yeah.
We should make the bearded Keyblade.
Like from my beard? From your beard?
We'll just hang our beard hairs on the bottom of the Keyblade and see what shape it takes.
I like it.
Done. All right, guys. We're going to go make a beard Keyblade. In the meantime, you guys can check out Josh's streaming now, right?
Of course, yeah. Josh's going to be hopping on the stream.
Josh is going to be streaming right now, taking over the audience because... well, we hope you enjoyed the show.
You guys will absolutely love Josh. He's terrific. I don't know if he's playing anything indie, but this was Indie-pendent.
And we're excited for Beardblade.
Phatt Island Gaming's indie podcast, all about indie games, indie devs, and indie everything. Thank you so much, you guys. We love the hell out of you. You're the best. We'll catch you guys next week.
Bye.